With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Tonight, Week 15 begins with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. Well, these two teams met in Pittsburgh earlier in the year, with the Steelers prevailing in that one. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. Nix to the air. Now he's going to step up and run. Well, a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. 95 catches for him now on the year, and it's a 1st down.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Look at this Baltimore defense. They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's about what you consider the break-even mark. If you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but pretty nice effort.
Looking middle, and he's got Ibuka. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he's got this down to the 35. The escapability in evidence there, as that one good for 15 and a 1st.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
To throw, here's Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Pacheco once more. And this time he'll get down close to the goal line, but not quite in as he stopped at the 1-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Emeka Egbuka. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Jackson. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Jackson. Quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
From the gun, Jackson. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 64 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to take it right down Broadway. He's on his way. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And it's no good. He misses the PAT. So file that one away. Could eventually loom large here as the night progresses. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. He finds his man complete. That's Armstrong. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. You look at this Steeler defense. They've been dreadful against the run. No getting around it. Number 32, dead last in the NFL.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people. Put them on the ground.
The Ravens at 5-8, 3 games under 500. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Second and 1.
They go play action with Jackson, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
5-yard loss.
Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, Alpha, Scott! 180! Pressure!
Here's a handoff out of the dome. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. They go play action now. Jackson. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
It's a loss of 8.
He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
28-yard line.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. 28 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from taking the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point.
Steelers 13. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks...
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
Intercepted. The Ravens take over first and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Jackson. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Jackson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
Tyler Luke on for the field goal. A 56-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out.
And that flag accepted.
Omar, ready? Ready. Cut.
Now it's Jackson. Over the middle, it's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Let's go, let's go. Alpha, sit on. Ready, shot.
Jackson now. Now he'll tuck, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Ravens are able to widen their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8.
Ravens 21, Steelers 13. Tyler Luke to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
To throw is Nix.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
And the Steelers on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 9.
Now it's Nix. He's got his receiver. That's Ibuka.
And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
On fourth down, the Steelers call on Corliss Waitman to punt.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
It's caught. Mitchell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
I want to quit. Ready? Ready? Go ahead. Ready?
Here's Jackson to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
2nd and 10.
Now it's Jackson. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
180. Ready, shot.
Jackson will throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead now 11, 24-13. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing. Picked off by Malachi Starks, and the Ravens will take over possession here up at the 44.
Intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. After the interception, here's Jackson. Looking left sideline, it's complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. first down. It's Armstrong. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Throwing is Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Steelers 13. Tyler Luke to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing Nix. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And it's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
First down. First and 10.
Here's Nix. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Jackson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
Taken in at the 22. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And it's fielded at the 34. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Ravens will take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
2nd and 9.
Now this time he'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
It's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 20-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
first down. Here's Mitchell. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 105 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's across midfield.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Nix from the shotgun. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They're going. It's Nix. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 20. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday night prime time. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a first and goal as good running gets him down to about the 4-yard line. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
And I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want...
And he'll get in! Touchdown, Baltimore! A great play there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Ravens have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. On his loop for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Ravens 45, Steelers 13.
Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try to hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Nix to the air. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. To throw, here's Nix. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
From the gun on 3rd down, Nix. That one complete to Trey Tucker. Down the left sideline. And he will work his way out of bounds here at the 25-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10. Nick's going to keep this himself. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Emeka Egbuka, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Steelers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Boswell good with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
An option give now to Mitchell.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
180.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 79 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Ravens,
their chances of finishing over 500, they remain alive as they move to 6-8 on the year.
and they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they've plummeted now to 3-11. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.